Closed captioning is a public service of Region 10 News and St. Francis Medical Center.
Hurricane Bonnie is being called a major storm with winds near 115 miles per hour, and it has the potential to get even stronger. But for now, Bonnie remains idle at sea. Residents along the East Coast are preparing for Hurricane Bonnie's arrival. Deborah Alexander joins us now from Daytona Beach with the latest. Deborah?
Good evening from Daytona Beach, where Hurricane Bonnie is still churning hundreds of miles off in the Atlantic coast. Way too far for a lot of people even to give her a second thought, but close enough for some to decide this weekend to take action.
If everybody gets ready, because you never know. It's Florida, you know.
Denise Beausoleil and her son Christian don't know if Hurricane Bonnie will come anywhere near their Daytona Beach home. Even so, they want to be ready.
Because there's going to be a lot of them, you know, right behind this one.
The hurricane preparedness drill went on around Florida and up the East Coast. Mayport Naval Station in Jacksonville sent its ships out to avoid the heavy surf. At Patrick Air Force Base in Brevard County, they boarded up Saturday. Today, NASA sent a plane off this base into Hurricane Bonnie for the latest reading. But with Bonnie stalled most of the day, a lot of people ignored any potential threat and took advantage of a great beach day. And Bonnie did bring with her, push this way, some of the heavy surf that people out here are really enjoying. While the possibility of landfall with Bonnie is still days away, her timing is stirring up some old memories. It was actually 6 years ago tomorrow that Hurricane Andrew made landfall down in South Florida. And it's memories like these people around here won't soon forget. In Daytona Beach, I'm Deborah Alexander. Now back to you.
Thanks. And now Damon joins us with the weather, and you said Hurricane Bonnie is just kind of stalled over the ocean right now.
For most of the day, it's just been to the east of the Bahamas, and it hasn't really moved all that much. The last report we got in at 4 o'clock, it is just starting to move back to the northwest. So their target of where it's planning to go right now is on forecast of where everybody's saying it's going to go. So looks like the Carolinas and maybe parts of Georgia might be in trouble, but you never know. Of course, Bonnie will keep us all gripped as to where she's going to go, keep the southeastern coast, gripped as to where this hurricane is going to go. I mean, she's been sitting there all day. She could head off to the west for all we know, but right now the current track is off to the northwest. Right now she is moving at about 5 miles per hour. Maximum winds up to 115 miles per hour. It is a Category 3 out of, there's 5 categories for hurricanes, and the pressure down to 955. So, and there was an eye a little bit earlier. It's filled in just a little bit, but I'm sure we'll see more of it later on today. WeatherNet 10 out there. You can see here at the Channel 10 studios, 98 degrees outside. And with the dew point of 69 last night at this time, we were looking at dew points down in the 60s. The heat index is back up there, back up to 105 with a northeasterly breeze out there today. So temperatures across the area right now, you can see 94 in Monroe at the regional airport, 95 up in El Dorado, and basically mid-90s across the entire area that we're looking at, and we're going to see temperatures stay like this for most of the week. We do have a couple of showers that popped up earlier, and looking at Doppler 10, you can see most of the activity now between Natchez and Baton Rouge, but we did have a couple showers that moved to the south of us in Monroe, in the southern parts of Region 10, and those have since dissipated. So you may see a sprinkle out there, but otherwise these isolated showers are moving off to the west and do not pose any threat. We might see a couple little isolated showers throughout the week, but overall not looking for anything major out there. So for tonight, we are looking for temperatures back into the upper 60s to low 70s. I went water skiing this morning at 8 o'clock, and just a little bit of a nip out there in the air. So of things to come out there. Fall is on its way with some partly cloudy skies and calm breezes out there, so not too bad. Around the country, you can see the remnants of Tropical Storm Charlie continue to wreak havoc on south central Texas, bringing very heavy rains, flooding rains, and flood watches actually for these folks. But overall, most of the western part of the country isn't looking too bad. Very nice out there. Of course, the northern plains, of course, have been plagued by a frontal boundary that's been moving through this area. And right now, there is a severe thunderstorm watch for those folks in the Dakotas and through Minnesota. And take a look at the East Coast. You can see it's pretty nice all the way down, except for Bonnie, of course. Bonnie making her appearance and making her track. Right now, it looks like it's going to hit up into the Carolinas. So we'll keep an eye on that for the next couple of days for you. Tomorrow, around the country, you can see more frontal boundaries up for the north central plains into the Great Lakes. Otherwise, not too bad around the central part of the country, looking for mostly clear skies with warm temperatures. Hurricane Bonnie continuing to move up there, and the remnants of Tropical Storm Charlie continue to move off to the west, bringing heavy rains for those folks in south central Texas. So when you get up in the morning, might be a little bit of a nip in the air, but otherwise not too bad, and we'll warm things back up into the mid-90s once again under partly cloudy skies, and we'll see temperatures warm up quite a bit throughout most of the week, and by Friday and Saturday, maybe another chance for showers. But overall right now, you know, we're not looking for much in the way of rain, maybe, you know, slight chances.
Okay, thanks, Damon. Police in a South Carolina town are issuing a warning to their citizens tonight that works well for us here in Region 10. As Deanne Frazier reports, what stands between you and a criminal could be your key ring.
Felt I'd been violated.
One evening, Gretchen Wessinger rushed to a Malden daycare center to pick up her children. In a hurry, she took her car keys, but she didn't lock the doors. Gretchen didn't know a thief was watching.
I was trying to find the phone and noticed the phone was gone. And then I just started to go, oh my gosh, where's my purse? And the purse was gone.
Right away, someone began charging $2,000 worth of items on Gretchen's charge cards.
Basketball shoes, jerseys, woofers, tweeters, car stereo system, Tommy Hilfiger clothing.
He was using a female's credit card, and it just wasn't ever questioned.
Malden police warn there's a group of criminals in the area looking for easy targets.
But not only in daycares, but in convenience stores, anything where you would want to quickly jump out of your car and go inside.
This past April, Greenville deputies arrested a purse thief who committed similar crimes. Richard Rollins was charged with 16 counts of theft. Police say he hung around daycares, just waiting to steal purses. Gretchen believes the man who stole her purse and cell phone must have done the same thing.
He knows that mostly women drop their children off, pick them up. They don't want to take in their baggage with them to go get the diapers and the bottles and the baby.
Here's a look at some of the stories you'll see in tomorrow's pages of the News Star. Read more about how area universities are gearing up for the annual fraternity rush. And Ouachita Parish schools are cracking down on unexcused absences this year. Read all about it in Monday's edition of the News Star. Coming up next in sports, Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa continue their assault on the home run record, and the final round of the Monroe City Championship teed off today. Stay tuned. Sports is next.
Rule: to be preeminent in or have control over. Common usage: to be numero uno. Welcome to the 98 Honda Clearance. Don't you just love it when you win?
There were two places. One was benign and the other was malignant. I chose the Northeast Louisiana Cancer Institute because my doctor recommended it. I could have all my treatments here at home, and that's what made the Cancer Institute so wonderful for me, because I could be at home. The little things we take for granted seem to mean 1,000% more than they ever have. And I feel like I've gotten the very best care that anybody could get. Home is where the hope is.
Bale's Landing Restaurant in West Monroe. Original New Orleans po' boys made fresh daily with Gambino Bakery po' boy bread straight from New Orleans. Succulent seafood seasoned and cooked to perfection. Crescent City steaks marinated and grilled in Creole butter sauce. Yeah, that's naturally New Orleans. Bale's Landing has a new deck overlooking the beautiful Ouachita River that's cozy and dry with lakefront atmosphere. Right at the foot of the old Endom Bridge in West Monroe. Open lunch and dinner 7 days a week. Bale's Landing Restaurant. New Orleans food served the New Orleans way.
The regional Ford disposal sale that shattered sales records in Alabama last month is now in El Dorado. Where? Campbell Ford Lincoln Mercury. When? Now through August 31st only. Over 200 new Campbell cars, new Campbell trucks, new Campbell vans, and pre-owned vehicles will be sold at regional disposal prices. Plus, with these consumer incentives, Campbell Ford Lincoln Mercury saves you even more. But hurry, because this regional Ford disposal sale will definitely end August 31st at Campbell Ford Lincoln Mercury in El Dorado.
Email your story ideas directly to the Region 10 News, Weather, and Sports departments, or send general comments to region10@bayou.com. Services provided by Bayou Internet.
John Brady joins us now with sports in the City Golf. It was the final round today, huh?
That's right. Wish we could be out there right now. They're just finishing up, but we still have some highlights, and it was very hot out there today. After shooting a 5 under 67 in the first half of a two-day tournament, you'd think that Bob Cooper would feel comfy with his 4-stroke lead heading into today's final round of the Monroe City Championships. But last year, Bob carded the same first-round score and ended up losing the tournament in sudden death. Hopefully that wouldn't happen today. The only thing that cooled down Bob Cooper was a nice wet towel. Third hole, Carnell Person on fire, chipping in for the birdie. Carnell, like, are you kidding me about that? Staying on the third hole, par 5, William Agan for the par. We'll stick around on the third hole. One of his partners, Burl Spicer, rolls in the nice birdie putt. So how is Bob doing? We go to the first hole. Bob for the birdie on 1, just missing to the right. The leaders are still on 16 right now. Tonight at 10, we will have your final wrap-up of the Monroe City Championships. When you think about Mark McGwire catching Roger Maris for the home run record, you also have to think about the team the Cardinals are facing. You can bet that teams in the pennant race won't pitch to McGwire, while teams like Pittsburgh have nothing else to lose but fans if they don't. Today in Pittsburgh, Mario Lemieux checking out what Mark McGwire's doing, but we'll set up Mark McGwire's at bat in the top of the 4th with Fernando Tatis, the former Texas Ranger traded this year. It's only his 3rd home run on the year, and maybe he's a little fired up because Mark McGwire in the top of the 8th, that is number 53 on the year off Ricardo Rincon. Mark McGwire is now 8 shy of Roger Maris's record 61. He needs 9 to break it. Top of the 9th. What nobody really cares about, the final score. Pirates' Jason Christensen strikes him out, and the Pirates win by a final of 4-3. Strange occurrences at Wrigley Field today. Listen to this during Brad Ausmus's at bat. How about the Blue Angels buzzing Brad Ausmus in his at bat, but later he would get revenge. Maybe in the jet stream. Top of the 4th, the 3-run homer puts the Astros on top 4-0 over the Cubbies. But the big story of the day in Chicago, bottom of the 5th, sweet swinging Sammy Sosa hits number 50 out of the ballpark. And Sammy is now 3 back of McGwire. Top of the 6th, Craig Biggio, 1 of 2 home runs on the day. Actually make that 2 3-run homers on the day. That put the Astros on top 8-2, but Sammy wasn't done yet. Trying to catch up on McGwire. Bottom of the 8th, Sosa, his 2nd of the day. That's number 51, and that puts him only 2 back of Big Mac now and 10 back of tying Roger Maris for 61. The final score, Astros win this one by a final of 13-3. And take you to the scoreboard from today. Cincinnati blanking Montreal. Colorado over Philadelphia today in other National League scores. There's your Pittsburgh-St. Louis score. Arizona beats the Mets, so they are still the Mets, that is, are still 1 game ahead of Chicago. San Diego and Milwaukee in a slugfest. There's your Houston Cubs score. In some later games, San Francisco leading Florida 6-1, and the Bravos take on the Dodgers later on tonight. In the American League, Kansas City whipping up on Tampa Bay. Dwight Gooden getting the victory for the Indians today. Also on the American League scoreboard, the Yankees taking on Texas in the late game tonight. Boston 4 better than Minnesota. Seattle leads the White Sox 3-2 in the 7th. And Toronto leading Chuck Finley and Anaheim. Actually, Anaheim is winning that one 3-2 in the 7th. Detroit and Oakland are at 5-4. The road to the Arena Bowl 12 runs through Florida, where today Orlando and Tampa Bay battled in the 50-yard indoor war for the Arena Football World Championship. That is your Orlando Predators and Tampa Bay Storm. In case you're wondering, forget about offense. Look at this. Check out Peter Tom Wills with the 9-yard touchdown pass to George LaFrance. The NFL needs to change their rules. We need some more of that stuff. 14-10 Tampa Bay. Then in the third quarter, with Orlando leading 40-17, actually, Barry Wagner takes the 49-yard missed field goal. He'll take it all the way back, and this is football. Orlando beats Tampa Bay for the Arena Bowl title, 62-31. ATP Tour gearing up for the U.S. Open at the Pilot Pen Tennis Tournament in New Haven, Connecticut. Goran Ivanisevic versus Carl Kuchera. Check out Ivanisevic. Puts his shot into the net and then just tears it all off. You probably won't see that on the women's tour very much. On match point, Kuchera wins it as Ivanisevic returns it wide, and Carl Kuchera is your champion, 6'4", 5'7", 6'2". Ivanisevic, tell us how you really feel.
Predictably unpredictable.
That's your final as they gear up for the U.S. Open next week in New York City. Also, Andre Agassi lost at the RCA Championship, so he's looking pretty good going into the U.S. Open.
I bet you feel like that now that football season is upon us, just tearing off your shirt like
Actually,
that.
I feel like more like that on the golf course.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay, up next, Damon will join us with a last look at the forecast.
The KTVE Region 10 Fish and Game Forecast is brought to you by Teague Chevrolet Olds Toyota in El Dorado. When you see news happen, call the Region 10 newsroom by dialing star 10. The call is free on your CenturyTel phone.
In '98, Lincoln gave a new beat to a familiar tune. When it comes to room, ride, and comfort, Lincoln Town Car gives you everything you expect. Now, your Lincoln dealer has extended the extremely popular Lincoln Summer Savings Classic into August with tremendous factory-to-dealer incentives. Great selection and clearance values make now the best time to buy or lease. See your Lincoln dealer today. And while you're there, make sure to take full advantage of the great savings you'll find on the elegant Lincoln Continental. Lincoln, what a luxury car should be.
At Lincoln Home Center, we do it all for you.
Well, the do-it-all dealers got it all for you. To get the best quality and prices too. If you're looking for a value, there's just one thing to do. See the do-it-all dealer. They'll do it all for you.
If you want the best home, the lowest price, best service, and the easiest financing, come see us at Lincoln Home Center on the I-20 Service Road in Ruffin.
Cooper Buick Pontiac GMC and Cooper Jeep Eagle have the selection and the savings you're looking for in used cars, trucks, and vans, including this 95 GMC Sierra SLE for just $15,998, or this 96 GMC Sierra SLT for just $19,998, or this 97 Chevy Silverado Z71 for just $22,998. And check out this 97 Dodge Intrepid or this 97 Dodge Avenger. Your choice at only $12,998. Find the selection and the savings you're looking for at Cooper Buick Pontiac GMC and Cooper Jeep Eagle in Monroe.
Most companies that make canopies for our nation's jet fighters look to this oil company for a critical component to make them bulletproof. When it really counts, they seem to be the one to count on. With that in mind, what kind of gasoline do you think they'd make for your car? You'd be right. Citgo, when it counts.
Damon has a last look at the forecast.
That's right. Well, we're looking for mostly clear skies out there. Just some partly cloudy conditions and very warm temperatures throughout most of this week, and looking for maybe a better chance for showers towards the end of the week and maybe slightly cooler temperatures. So we'll have to keep an eye on it and keep it tuned to here at 10 o'clock. We'll update you on Hurricane Bonnie and her progress.
Okay, our next newscast is at 10 p.m. Hope you'll join us then.
Wardrobes provided by the Toggery and her Toggery. We know you have a choice. Thank you for choosing KTVE Region 10 News.